Hey everybody, welcome back to Champion Sons and our College Football 25 Dynasty Series with Coach Bubba Champion. And here we are in the semifinals. Now, before we get to our semifinal matchup, we do need to check in at Dallas, Texas at the Cotton Bowl in Jerry's World to see what's going on with the other semifinal happening between LSU and the Florida State Seminoles. One of those teams will go on to play in the national championship. We're going to see which one it is before we jump into our game to give us an idea of if we can pull out a win, who our opponent might be. You know, maybe this is sort of, I guess you could say, advanced scouting, possibly. I don't know. I'm not saying it is, but let's face it, Connor Stallions might be in the crowd. We don't know. So, but let's go ahead and get ready for this one. Now, before we do, I just want to say welcome back to Champion Sons for those of y'all returning, and welcome if you are new here to Champion Sons and all of our college football content. So let's take a quick look jumping into this one. Florida State trailing by 3 near the end of the first quarter, but they are on the move. Both these teams have gone kind of back and forth as they get the jet sweep pass going. They're trying to make moves, and this LSU defense has been playing them pretty tough for the most part. I mean, we're still early in the game, right? So they've been making some good plays, but it's been fairly back and forth. Both teams have been punting with odd regularity, I guess you could say, for a big kind of game. And that's why it's only 3-0. But Florida State looking to change that as they scramble outside to the end of the end zone. The quarterback takes it. What's his name, like Kumaker or some crap like that? I don't know, something weird. Cromenhoek. That can't be how that's pronounced, but that's how I'm going to pronounce it. Cromenhoek. Cromenhoek took that one in. He's got scramble capability, so if they hold on, if they continue leading at this point and can manage to win this game, that's going to be a problem if we end up if we get past our opponent, the Ducks. But here later on, early in the second quarter, basically having to respond just about immediately, LSU does drop back for a pass and throws that one right into the defender's hand as they get the first turnover of the game on the interception, as Florida State stepped up big time to make that stop and try to reverse their fortunes and keep momentum going in their direction. They have already captured it. Now they just have to try and keep it. And that's going to be a tough thing here, as both these defenses are playing very good. Charles Lester, the junior defensive back for the Seminoles, came up with that interception. Although it wasn't the toughest one. He was sitting on that curl route pretty regularly. Now here they are following that interception. Here Florida State is at the 5, handing that one off. They're going to get stuffed real quick. This LSU defensive line does not like to let the running game go loose. And that's going to make it 3rd and goal here from the 5. Florida State drops back, rolls out to the left side. Nowhere really to go, and he rolled right into the pressure, basically. I mean, the pocket was holding up. There was no need for him to run out of the pocket like that, but he did. And it's going to result in a sack, at which point Florida State will go ahead and boot a field goal to take a 1-score lead, 10-3 here in the second quarter following that turnover. But LSU not wanting to be held down with under 2 minutes to go. They're at the 18-yard line inside the red zone as they've got the snap in hand, fired off to the right corner. He's going to make his catch and get into the end zone. The LSU Tigers will tie this one up here right near the end of the first half. But still little time left, so they got to be careful on that one. You didn't want to leave the team too much time. Anybody who's played this game knows a 2-minute drive is probably the easiest thing for the computer to pull off. Trades Green comes up with a big-time catch and touchdown for the Tigers to get that thing tied up here late in the second. Now, Florida State would go down and throw a turnover. So here comes LSU right back at him, firing a deep shot, taking the moonshot, and they're going to take it all as LSU takes that one to the house to increase their lead now to 17-10. Still here in the second quarter. That's the problem. You leave a lot of time. If your defense holds up, great. LSU's defense held up. But the problem for Florida State is they didn't take any time off the clock. And this is what the computer can do here in college football 25. They will fire that deep ball. Looked like a little wheel route he was running. Just got free down the sideline with a mismatch of the linebacker. And they'll take the lead, 17-10. Here they comes back the Seminoles at the 11.5. Still in the second quarter. 33 seconds remaining. The Seminoles have it. Fire that one over. Makes the catch, but he gets blasted pretty quickly. LSU's defense is swarming around very effectively. But still going, no huddle, 3rd and 5. Seminoles have it in their hand, rolling it back out to the left side, right into the pressure again. Once again, the pocket was holding up. I'm not sure why he rolled out into him. Carter is going to come up with multiple sacks here in the first half, mainly because the quarterback's kind of an idiot. He got away with rolling out to the left one time, and that was all she wrote. That guy went now. Cromenhoek wants to do it again, but Austin Carter's going to be there pretty consistently. So they would get a field goal at the end of that half to make it 13-17. Now Florida State would get the ball to start the second half here in the third quarter, and here they are on the move with a 3rd and goal from the 2-yard line. Cromenhoek has the snap, hands it off, bounces off tacklers, and is finally brought down. They get no yards really on that one and are forced to kick a field goal to make it 17-16. Now a little later in the third, Tigers coming right back at them. Both defensive lines taking it personal that the other team wants to run within the 5-yard line. Now 3rd and goal here from the shotgun. They have the snap. In the pocket, he's going to take off. The quarterback runs it into the end zone, and LSU is going to extend their lead from 1 to 8 points. As their quarterback decided to put it all in his hand. He said, we tried running it with the running back. There's nowhere to pass it. I'm going to use my feet and take this one in, and that's going to make it a 24-16 ball game here in the third quarter. So 4 minutes remaining at this point. Still a lot of time left. Ricky Collins, the senior quarterback for the Bayou Bengals, comes up with a big-time run. Like I said, a lot of time left here now. Still at the start of the fourth quarter. It's an 8-point ball game. Florida State on the move, shifting the formation around from left to right. Has the snap. It's going to be an option keeper. Cromenhoek powers that one in for his second touchdown of the day. As he just lowered his shoulder on the option keeper. Took it in himself, and he's going to Heisman pose it up right there in the end zone. Although he didn't win the Heisman. I guess he's trying to make an argument I should have won the Heisman. Even though, I don't know, I'm not sure what his stats were, but I don't think they were all that great. Now, Cromenhoek, obviously being an option style of quarterback, or at least forced into this style of play, has done fairly well for himself. Now, they would get that touchdown, and here comes their 2-point conversion attempt. 24-22 is the game, right at the start of the fourth quarter. They had the snap, jet sweep over. He's taking it to the edge, and he's going to run that one in. A quick and easy little strike there for the Seminoles to get this game tied up. Now, on the very next drive, the Tigers set to have a 56-yard field goal. They put that one through. Their offense did get stopped, but hey, you can kick about 54, 56 yards. You got something going for you. So that would give them a 3-point lead. Now, after forcing Florida State to punt and going back and forth a little bit, they try to throw one deep. The Tigers do, and it's going to be intercepted by the Seminoles, coming right back at them at the 35-yard line and brought down at the 34 by the quarterback. As he threw the interception, it's only proper he make the stop. And that's going to give the Florida State Seminoles a chance here with 4 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter at the 34-yard line, well within scoring position for most Power 4 teams. Kai Bates, the junior defensive back, just stepped right in the middle of that one. It wasn't the greatest throw in the world. He did overshoot his receiver, Ricky Collins, but still, you got to be a little bit better than that. Now, following that interception, Florida State will kick a field goal with 2.5 minutes left to get this thing tied up. And that's going to give, obviously, LSU plenty of time to come working the ball right down the field as they are approaching the final couple minutes here. And Florida State trying to use their timeouts. 1:28 remaining, 3rd and 2 for the Tigers. They still have all 3 timeouts. Seminoles have got 1 left. Hand it off, going to the right side. They blast through the line, and they're going to bring them down at the 23-yard line for about a 2-yard loss. Florida State comes up with a big stop as they use their final timeout and force a field goal opportunity from about 40 yards out. As they line that one up, kick it through, and it goes right through the uprights right there. That's going to give LSU a 3-point lead here with just about 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining. 1:12 at this point on the 3rd and 10 for the Seminoles. Fire that one over the middle. It's going to be swatted down. They just haven't been able to get anything going here on this final drive, and here comes one of their last opportunities. 4th and 10, need to make something happen. Cromenhoek has the snap, fires over the middle. That one's going to be deflected and intercepted by the Tigers, and that one's going to do it. LSU is going to escape with a win here in Dallas at the Goodyear Cotton Bowl as they're going to win this semifinal 30-27, and they will find themselves back in the national championship game. And that was a pretty good game played. I mean, 30-27, I think both teams made a fair number of mistakes. Ricky Collins for the Tigers threw a couple interceptions, so he does seem to be a little turnover prone. Cromenhoek had a good game, 2 touchdowns on the ground, just was not enough to get his team lifted up. Tigers were just a little too much for him. But they're a very resilient team just by looking at how they played this one. So whoever they face in the national championship, it's going to be a tough game for whoever they're facing just because LSU is a pretty dang tough team. The purple and gold shown through today. So what that's going to do is take us to our game here in Miami at Hard Rock Stadium in the Capital One Orange Bowl semifinal. Oregon Ducks coming out in their full green uniforms, green and yellow, I guess you could call it, or green and gold. I don't know how they want to define it. It's just green and yellow. As the Oregon Ducks come out first, they will be the home team, and we will come out in our all whites, our white and green jerseys, white and green white pants, and our white helmets with the green eagle on the side as we come out for our first ever Orange Bowl. This is our first time in the playoffs. We came close last season, blew it in the conference championship. So this is our time. We need to take advantage. We don't get too many opportunities like this. So we have to be smart about it and take advantage. Now before we jump into it, just taking a look at the Oregon lineup as we see Austin Novosad, the quarterback, coming up with 32 touchdowns and 6 interceptions on just over 3,600 yards passing. That's a pretty damn good ratio, let's face it. That's a decent dang old ratio. He did get sacked 28 times, so possibility there if we can get pressure, he might stay in the pocket a little too long or just hold the ball for a little too long. It may require some better coverage than what we're normal with, but I think it's still a possibility. Now on the ground game, Maurice Hawker does lead their ground game with almost 1,000 yards rushing on 200 carries, averaging about 70 yards per game. He did pretty good. Novosad, 103 carries for 303 yards. So I have a feeling Oregon's obviously going to run a little bit more of an option style offense, possibly. Second running back, Jameel Hale, comes up with 260 yards, so not much of a threat there. On the receiving side, Rourke has got 908 yards. Byron Rourke out of Salt Lake City, Utah, 908 yards, 7 touchdowns on the season. Pelham, 60 receptions for 880 yards and 4 touchdowns. But look at McClellan. Jeremiah McClellan, only 57 receptions, so not the most. 819 yards, not the most. However, he's got 12 touchdowns. It says he's a deep threat for his tendency coming out of St. Louis, Missouri. I just don't know if that's true. I mean, it's probably a deep threat in terms of that's what he catches most of the time. That's what they throw to him, but still. Got to keep a watch on him. Now, Keenan Lewis on the defensive side, the linebacker, coming off the edge, off the right edge there for the Ducks, getting 12 sacks on the season. Had a pretty damn good year. We're going to have to keep a watch on that pressure. It's probably going to be an issue at some point in this game. Hoping to avoid a lot of holding penalties if we can. He got 12 sacks, Gardner 6. This defense creates some pressure, and then they also create some turnovers. Platt, Mathuti, hey, Wilkes. What the hell is Wilkes doing on there? Is that his brother or some shit? Kamar Mathuti with 2 interceptions. Marcus Wilkes, judging by appearance, they're not brothers. They're from Santa Ana, California. Sophomore cornerback. He also got 2 interceptions on the season and has a half sack. So they use him a little bit probably out of that slot position or nickelback. Nickelback. Out of the nickel position to bring some pressure. He's got some speed and capability, so you got to be careful with that, especially in the passing game. So let's go ahead and jump into this one halfway through the first after having seen their roster trying to get this ball working downfield as both teams have traded putts back and forth as we get the jet sweep over to Ferguson. He's got speed around the edge at the 10, pushing forward and out of bounds at the 5-yard line. Great run by Ferguson on that one on the little jet sweep pass as he got free and picked up a good yardage to set us up with the first and goal. Coming out in the pistol formation, 3 wide set, 2 receivers on the left side. Hendricks slot left. It's going to be an RPO. Hits Hendricks, who takes it into the end zone, and will take an early lead here in Florida. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Corbin Hendricks comes up with the big-time reception on that RPO pass, and takes it into the end zone. Now, good blocking on the outside by Arsenault. Got to give the credit where credit is due in that sense. And a great read there by Wilkes to get that one out to him in the proper time frame. And that's going to give us an early lead. Now our defense would force a punt by the Ducks, and that's going to bring us right back here with possession near the 50-yard line. An RPO over to Hendricks once again on the right side. He takes a hit and is brought down at the 34-yard line. And Oregon is giving him a lot of space on these swing passes. And I got to say, I mean, they're watching out for Dubar coming out of the backfield, so I understand why they got to watch the run game. But at the same time, this is becoming a pick your poison, and either way, they're on the losing side. 1st and 10. Wilkes hands that one off to Dubar. Cuts it back to the left side. He's hit and stood up. No gain on that one. Nowhere to go. As their defense did a good job maintaining their rush lanes, getting in the way of Dubar, forcing him to try to cut back, and just didn't have any space. So 2nd and 10 from the 29. Wilkes has the snap. Fires it over. He's going to hit Hendricks. He's got speed. He's got nobody in his way at the 10. 5. Touchdown number 2. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Corbin Hendricks on that little zig pattern. He hit the out. Once he got out there, Wilkes delivered a beautiful pass to him. And Hendricks, it was just pure speed the rest of the way. Individual effort, if you will, to make sure to escape from the defender. And he's going to take that one into the end zone. His 2nd touchdown of the day. The Mean Green's 2nd touchdown of the first quarter. And giving us a 2-touchdown lead on the Oregon Ducks here as they are starting to get shocked. But they are shocked but not done, as the Ducks are on their way right back at us. From the 24-yard line on the plus side, pressure comes. He's going to be hit and brought down. Woodyard came flying through to get the pressure in. And they're going to bring him down for the sack. And that's going to make it a 2nd and 20. You got to love those sacks for about a 10-yard loss, as he just kept dropping back and just did not recover from that one. Nowhere to go. Woodyard, he's got speed. He's always had that. He's really kind of refined that this last year, his senior season, especially when it comes to his pass rush. So now 2nd and 20, they're going to do play action. Pressure comes again, and he's going to go down. Woodyard says, why not give me one more? As he comes flying through, he is tearing up that left side of that offensive line. They're going to have to do something there to bring over some help, because Woodyard has got their number right now. The senior linebacker coming up, not wanting to lose any kind of advantage here in this game. So 3rd and 26 for the Ducks from the 40 now, as they have this snap. In a clean pocket, fires it deep down the left side. They're going to make the catch and take that one in. Our defense blew it. How'd they let them get past them? Oh, that's disappointing. On a 3rd and 26, the Ducks strike. Not even in a flying V or nothing. But the Ducks flag Jeremiah McClellan. There he is. There's Mr. Old McClellan. There's that deep threat. I guess they proved me wrong. McClellan with the deep threat on that one. He made the catch and takes it into the end zone. And that's going to make it a 14-7 game. Now, after we had possession and are forced to punt, here come the Ducks right back at us following the punt. He's going to be hit, and he fumbles. It's fumbled and scooped up by McCrone. He's at the 5. Scoop and score. Touchdown, Mean Green. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Our freshman 5-star recruit, McCrone. We had really tried to, McGrone, I guess. We had really tried to go after him last season, recruited hard, and he did commit, and now we're starting to see dividends. The first opportunity he's really had for the most part this season, the freshman linebacker comes up big time on special teams with a scoop and score to make this thing a 21-7 ball game here in the second quarter. Now near the end of the second, about 28 seconds left, Oregon's going to try to make something happen. Roll it out to the left. Quick throw. He's got a receiver wide open down the left side. He's hit at the 49-yard line and goes down, and Oregon does call a timeout, their first timeout of the second half. With 20 seconds remaining, they actually give it to him at the 48. Cheating bastards. Going to go 5 wide now. Nobody in the backfield. Ducks have the snap. Quick throw to the right side. It's going to be intercepted by Nelson. He grabs that one and goes down at the 45. 17 seconds remaining. Nelson just on the out pattern. I think that was just a bad pass. There were 2 Duck receivers in the area. I'm not sure which one he was going for, but he threw it right between both of them. And it just so happened to be that Nelson was there to take advantage. He jumps up and snags that interception, and that's going to be a big-time play by this senior defensive back. As this defense has got a lot of seniors who are really trying to push this thing to ensure we don't blow it like we did last season. Now, after that interception, we will take it into halftime with a 21-7 lead. As we see, we're 16 for 21, 188 yards. They are 8 for 14, 166 yards. So, yardage-wise, similar. Passing counts, not so similar, but that's what happens when you hit some deep balls. And I think we've done a pretty good job containing them. And it's like that in any game. If you can contain one portion of their game, so the passing game, we kept it fairly limited. And we're really paying dividends on that sense. So now that we've checked out the halftime, let's take a look at when we block a field goal. Oregon was going to go for it to try to make this thing an 11-point ball game, but we will block that field goal and end up getting one of our own to make a 24-7 lead. As Oregon trying to come back at us, throws a wheel route, he's hit and knocked out of his hands. Raylan Adams comes up with a deflection right there. Great play by Mr. Adams. So 2nd and 10 for the Mean Green defense at the 16. They drop back, fires that open, hits his receiver wide open on the right there, and he walks that one in right at the corner of the end zone. Oh, the Ducks made that one look a little easily. Presley coming up wide open, coming right out there, I think out of the backfield. I'm not sure why nobody followed him. I mean, if they did, they just they followed him for about 5 feet and just let him go. But that's going to get these Ducks right back into it. We were at a 17-point lead. This thing is now about to be a 10-point lead after they get their extra point. So 24-14 is the score here in the fourth quarter. 8.5 minutes. We have ourselves a 3rd and 7. Wilkes drops back, fires that one over. It's going to be caught by Arsenault. He's getting past one tackler. Cuts it back to the left and is brought down just shy of midfield at the 46. Wilkes 21 of 27, 330 yards and 3 touchdowns. A great day for him so far. 1st and 10, Mean Green from the 46. Has the snap. Wilkes in the pocket, tries to fire it deep. He's got a man down the right side. He hits Dubar, who's brought down at the 6-yard line. As he got Dubar on that wheel route. You rarely see Wilkes throw that one. We did have our tight end open, and that's mainly where he goes, but the blocking was actually pretty dang decent. Wilkes felt comfortable enough to stand in there, held it just a split second too long as that pass fluttered up there in the sky. A little lame duck from the contact being made as he threw it, but a great catch by Dubar to adjust his body to turn them around and to make that one. So now 1st and goal from the 6. 24-14 is the score. 7 minutes remaining. Hands that one off to Farrell going to the left side. He's going to be hit and brought down. Nowhere really to go on that one. And I'll say Oregon's done a fairly decent job containing the run game. Right? We haven't had those explosive run plays. They are doing a good job with their front 7. Sometimes bringing that 8th man into the box when they have to get that stopped. So 2nd and goal from the 7. 2 tight ends. Fire that one over to Prohl on the left side. He's hit and brought down at the 4. Oh, Prohl brought down at the 4, leading to a 3rd and goal. Coming up in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the left side. Ferguson slot left, 2 tight ends on the right side of the line. Wilkes has the snap. Pressure comes, fires over the middle. That one's going to be deflected and almost intercepted. 4th and goal. 24-14 as we try to get this short one, and I've kind of realized you have to really kind of shank these things off to the side. As we almost aim it too far, but we put the boot to the ball, and that one went right down the upright, right between them. 27-14 is our lead now. 6 minutes remaining. Ducks coming right back at it with possession as they fire that one over the middle, and Taylor Starling's going to knock that one free. And that's going to make it a 2nd and 10 after that incomplete pass. So 2nd and 10 from the shotgun, 3 receivers to the right side. They clap their hands, send a man in motion from right to left. He goes back over to the right, has the snap. Rolling out to his right, fires it up. Starling standing there. It's going to be intercepted by the senior. He gets brought down at the 27-yard line. I'm not sure where they were throwing it to, but Taylor Starling really didn't have to move all that much. Just maintained his own, and that ball half-ass went right to him. The senior defensive back who's been with us all 4 years comes up with a big-time play. Our speedster, he's done so many interceptions for us, has done such a great job. That's going to make it 1st and 10 for the Mean Green following that Starling interception. Wilkes, quick throw over to the right side. He's going to hit Hendricks at the 15. He's brought down at about the 12-yard line on the little swing RPO pass. Wilkes 315 yards through the air now. Coming out in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the left side. Dubar offset to Wilkes' right. has the snap. It's going to be a handoff to DeBar. Lowers his shoulder, pushing forward. And DeBar picks up about 3 yards on that one. And time is just ticking away. We're at the 5-minute mark here remaining in the fourth quarter. And so Mean Green not in any real hurry. We have a 13-point lead. Not in a real hurry to kind of make this thing anything more than what it has to be. Now Wilkes on 2nd and 7 is going to get sacked. Looks like he may have had a man open for a brief second. Ferguson may have been open coming across the middle very briefly, but Wilkes didn't trust the throw. Smarter to take the sack and live another day. Now then on 3rd and 12, Wilkes takes the option. Keeper lowers his shoulder and gets brought down, and we would kick a field goal. So 30-14, 16-point lead is the score that we have right now. Oregon coming right back at us here with 3 minutes remaining. They're going to be going in the hurry-up. We lead 30-14. From the shotgun formation, they're going to have 4 receivers set, 2 on each side. They have the snap in the hand. Blitz comes, rolls to the right side, hits his running back, Presley, and he's going to be brought down by Greer right there after about a 4-yard gain. Good open field tackle by the linebacker. Now 5 wide. They have the snap. In the clean pocket, it's holding pressure comes finally, but he hits his receiver over the middle as we miss one tackle, and he goes diving into the end zone. Tuck just went flying past the runner, the receiver, after he caught the ball. Not sure what he was doing. He did look like he attempted a tackle, but just went flying in front of him, and that caused Stevenson for the Ducks to go flying into the end zone himself, as that's going to make this thing, they're looking to make this thing a 1-score game. 20-30, going for 2 on the conversion. They toss it out to the left side. Greer's going to be standing there to stand them up, and that's going to be a big-time stop by this Mean Green defense. So now we got the ball back. Here we are at the 50-yard line right after the 2-minute timeout, 3rd and 6. Oregon brings a blitz, and Wilkes throws an interception. The one thing you could not do, Wilkes does and turns the ball over. Now Oregon's got 2 timeouts. And here they are on the move. Still with the 2 timeouts, 1:30 remaining. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, they have the snap in hand in the clean pocket, fire over the middle, hits his tight end who bounces off one tackler and is finally brought down. 2nd and 2, 1:20. The score is still this game is still a 10-point ball game. 5 wide, 3 receivers left. Has the snap, quick throw over the middle. He's hit and brought down by Cooper, and it looks like Gray got in on that one. Real short little pass, but enough to get the first down. Clock stops temporarily while the chains are moved. Now it's 1st and 10. Clock is at 1 minute. Fires it to the left side. He's going to get hit and brought down. Starling with a brilliant tackle on McClellan, taking his legs out from underneath him. 2nd and 9. 55 seconds remaining. From the shotgun, they have the snap. Over the middle, he hits his receiver into the end zone. Greer got stuck on a slot receiver. I'm not sure that's a mismatch made in hell for us. As Greer just, no way he was going to keep up with him. And Ryan Pelham, the junior receiver there for the Ducks, goes right past Greer. No help over top. Cooper comes in way too late. And that's going to lead to a onside kick opportunity. They put it up, and Tuck's going to make up for his failed play on the last one as he takes that one and scoops it up, and that's going to give us the ball here with 47 seconds remaining in this one. Oregon still has 2 timeouts, but it's not going to be enough. There's no way that can be enough. Just got to keep the ball alive for long enough there as the first run play takes about 4 or 5 seconds off the clock. So one more of those, and we will be able to kneel it on 3rd down because that will be their final timeout. 2nd and 7, 42 seconds remaining. Just trying to seal this game up. 30-27. Oregon has done a good job storming right back on us, but we are shutting it down as Dubar gets that run. He's got 79 yards on the day. Like I said, he's been really held back by this Duck defense. They've done a good job with him. And with 39 seconds remaining, we will kneel the ball. No way to stop it. And we are going to be your semifinal Orange Bowl victors as we will take on the LSU Tigers in the national championship game in the next episode, everybody. This is history in the making. At no point ever would anybody have figured a group of 5 team could come up through the ranks and make it to the national championship game. And now we got to go take on an SEC blue blood in the LSU Tigers, Bayou Bengals. Mean Green Eagles versus Bayou Bengals. I think it's going to be a hell of a game. Going to be lots of fireworks. So definitely stay tuned for that. And just remember, everybody, to hit that subscribe button. Okay, so that way, and that little bell icon, so you can be notified of any time we do upload here to Champ and Sons for our college football series. So this is going to be an interesting one coming up, taking on LSU. It should be a great game in the national championship. Like I said, that's going to be in the next episode, everybody. And I will see y'all in that episode. So as always, stay safe. And well, y'all know how it goes from here, right? Later, y'all.